My name is Engineer Obert Martin, Federal Controller of Works, Delta State. Like in Delta now, the Benin-Onitsha road is a federal route. Benin-Onitsha route. The Delta end of the road is a contract. The contractor handling that project is Heartland Construction. Work has commenced on the site. If you go to the boundary between Delta and the Asaba bound, that is the Agbo bound, you will notice that contractors are there working. But presently now, the Asaba section of the road is very bad. We have been on it. I've brought the contractor attention to that place, and hopefully today, tomorrow work will commence there. All federal roads in Delta State, that's like the East-West road, that is from Forum to Patani, that is the Delta end of the East-West road. If you pass through that, I don't know whether you have passed there recently, you discover that in the Delta end there's a contractor working. You know, sometime was it 2020, in 2022, you notice that the whole of the country experienced flood, and one of the roads that flood affects is that East-West road. So when this government came on board, we went through the alignment of that East-West road from the starting to the end, and all the sections that are prone to flood, they are addressing it. If you go to the East-West road now, you discover that community, that's where there's a very devastating effect of flood in that 2020. If you go there now, you notice that what government is doing there now, they are constructing culverts that can address this flood issue, because they are raising the road level above the flood plain. Go there, take in the Delta end, we have 4 culverts, and each of those culverts will have 5 cells and 4 cells. When you see the contractor, they are on set, they are working. The essence is to raise the road level above the flood plain. Understand? The contractor are there. If you talk of the name Warri Road, which is another federal road. In fact, on the Delta end of the road, we have the contractor. One of the contractors handling that job is Jet Construction. They are handling between that Imasabo area, very close to Mobo. They are handling it. Their own will terminate after that Mukli roundabout in Sapele. Then from there to Warri, there's another contractor handling it, SKCC, Nigeria Limited. They are handling from that where just construction is stopped. Up to there. If you go to site now, they are there. If you fly through the road, you see them working. The entire stretch from Benin, I'm just telling you the Delta end. If not, in the Benin end, the bank construction is working there, but that one is the new people that are handling it. So, all our roads, I think we are addressing the improvement. The pace of work on site is very satisfactory. And if you talk between another road, between that Sapele, if you are traversing from Sapele, Eku, Abraka, Umutu, Abavu, up to Agbo, that road too is under construction. The only thing that is trying to slow down the pace of that work is that we have this compensation issue. If not, if you go to the Sapele end, the contractor have worked up to Eku. They have worked up to Eku. Now, because I've been receiving complaints from that axis too, but I've given the contractor to ensure that the road, are giving them an order to ensure that the road is controlled while they are still looking how to resolve the compensation issue. So now it's under dualization. So before the contractor can have access to the order alignment, you have to do compensation. But the existing road, I'm making sure that we should make the entire stretch of the road motorway. So all our roads are addressing them. If you go there now, you will see them on site. If rain is not falling, you go, you see them. You know now, it's rainy season. If you go there now, you see their presence, their work. And the only thing, they should be patient. They should be patient. And whenever they are playing hosts to community, to contractors, they should be friendly with contractors, because I've equally seen cases, different cases where some host community, they place some kind of demand that is capable of even retarding progress. So once they are playing host to contractor, they should be friendly. They should support government, because this government are confident that they are determined to bring the blend of democracy to the people. They should support in their own way by making the working environment peaceful for the people, peaceful for the contractor, so that they'll be able to make the work progressive. Like one that I just mentioned, because there are places where you see contractor inviting you to come and for meeting when there are some other schedules. I think there's much challenge. There's no more challenge apart from this community demand in some areas. So, you see how we do it now. You know, most of our projects here now, most of our projects, especially the ones that are under tax credit scheme, understand? Such kind of project, once the contractor works, it gets his money. Okay. Understand? It's not budgetary funding, because in most cases, when projects are just restricted to budgetary funding, it's prone to have delay. Maybe award project of 10 billion, and for that particular financial year, the allocation for that project is low. Before you know, it becomes a challenge, because it will kind of reduce the speed Dangote now using our road, and maybe some of our federal road linked to this company. Understand? And the road is in bad shape. We tell you, come, do this thing. This is what it will cost. Pay with tax. Understand? The amount you are going to pay for tax in the next 5 years, bring it. Even as I'm coming, the commissioner called me, because him too is very worried. He's very worried, but the person that is telling him that everything is under control. But even this challenge that we have in the Blue Kitchen, I just told him. Because the way they are discovering here now, I will not call it discovery, because everybody is worried. Everybody is worried. Him too is experiencing the pressure. And I have financial challenge. When the contractor works and they say they get his money, and that's what we are doing. Go to site to work. We estimate the value of your work. You see, FEMA is our baby agency. It's an agency under the Federal Ministry of Health. So we work hand in hand. There are some kind of emergency something. Like when you went and meet FEMA, it's not out of place. It's just that the road is on contract. I get it. And for the FEMA man to begin to raise a memo requesting that he want to go and maintain road that is already under contract. That's why it's referring you to it. It's not out of place. Even there are some of our roads that if I see it and I know that this one is within their own capacity to handle, I can call the FEMA man. This place, this is a section.
Stretch. You understand that the palliative work is not going to be just go and bring sand and pour. You see the amount of builders that are being introduced so that they can afford to at least stand the test of time and possibly become usable, particularly when you take a look at the kind of load on these particular roads. Well, the fact is that before now, we have always tried as much as possible to intervene, to come in where there is a delay on the part of the federal government. It's not only in our state, we are even better off because as a state, we usually come in. When you look at the number of other states, for instance, if you go to a new state, you will see that the number of the roads are almost already covered. But in our own case, we have stressed so much about it because of the fact that we don't have very meager resources to also have but good enough that the federal government is here, and we hope that they are able to fast track the process so that our resources will still be available for us to tackle all other exigencies that we have. You will see that the number of the roads are almost already cut off. But in our own case, we have tried as much as possible because of the fact that we want our people to continue to commute, and we dip into our very meager resources to also assist in putting the roads in order. But good enough that the federal government is here, and we hope that they are able to fast track the process so that our resources will still be available for us to tackle all other exigencies that we have. Because it's not that we don't have challenges, we also have challenges in our own state roads which we are dealing with. So once you have the federal government taking care of theirs, it now makes us to have some funds to focus on the ones that are 100% under our own jurisdiction. All the roads, the internal roads you are seeing now, even in the capital territory, the federal government will never come in to come and help us. So now that they are doing this, it means we can afford to concentrate on our own. And so we are happy they are here, but we pray that they are able to fast track the process so that this kind of stress that people are being subjected to on account of now making the road to become one way is reduced in good time. Because petrol is not easy, diesel is not easy. When you have your vehicle happy to stay in one spot for a long time, you are not going to ask the diesel not to go down, you are not going to ask the fuel not to go down, so which means it becomes a waste. Not to talk of the stress on the engine and the stress on the people who are driving, as well as the commuters who are using those vehicles. So that's why it's imperative that this work is done in good time so that we can afford to have easy passage for commuters.